Miss Cindy's Kitchen. Tonight is going to be another episode of Look What We're Having for Dinner. So, I'm going to be making quiche muffins. Basically, it's miniature pie crust put into a muffin pan, into which I'm going to put some tomatoes, spinach, cheese, a little bit of onion, and scrambled egg. And I adapted this from a recipe I printed out. And the egg mixture is 10 whole eggs scrambled with about 3/4 cup of 2% fat milk. And then some fresh ground sea salt and a little bit of plain old black pepper. And the crusts were already pre-cut, but there were some trimmings because they cut them into little hexagons, so when you rolled out the pie crust sheet it looked like a flattened soccer ball. So I rolled out the remains, so I got a few more pie crusts. So anyway, the way this works is you put your toppings in first, then your egg mixture, and then it all cooks together. So I'm going to do it assembly line style and just put in a little bit here and a little bit there of each thing. So I have Colby Jack cheese shredded. For a time saver tonight, I decided just to get the pre-shred. So it's going to be about a tablespoon of cheese per shell, because that's what makes quiche so good. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to your friends, and give us your feedback, and I'll do my best to get back to you soon. And I got these cute little tongs at Target the other day, because I always need tongs that are good for small things like taco toppings and such. So, and we got some beautiful cherry tomatoes today, so that's what I decided to chop up and put in our little quiche. And then I already had the pie crusts in the fridge that either needed to be used up or frozen. And when I saw the beautiful spinach we received today, I thought, you know what, we're making quiche. Just had to pop by and get some cheese on the way home from work. So I got the shredded to save time. So I'm going to put that in there. These tongs are nice to let you grab just a little bit, because it's estimated about a tablespoon of cheese per muffin cup.
Now, what did you like grease the pans, or did you oil the pans, or spray the pans, or?
Well, actually, I sprayed them with nonstick spray prior to putting in the little pie crusts. So there's that, and we'll use green for the spinach. Just put a little bit in there. I chopped it up fine. I love the way spinach and egg and cheese taste. It makes a great omelet and it makes a great quiche. I would have made quiche Lorraine, but I didn't have any bacon. But that's okay. We can make a vegetarian quiche, because there's not meat in here other than the eggs and cheese for protein. So, oops, I'm almost out of spinach. I didn't want to put too much in each one, but I want to have enough so you can actually see the spinach.
I'll pop by, I'm sure he's got some spinach.
Oh yeah. And ask olive oil for some olive oil, right?
Yep.
Alright, so I'll just steal a little bit of spinach from the ones I put in too much, just to balance it out a wee bit. Alright. No harm, no foul. It'll all work out. Okay. And I guess we may as well use red for the tomatoes, since the tomatoes are red. Alright, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit of tomato in each one, because we don't want to have too much toppings to where the eggs won't fit. Because the egg is going to be the glue that holds it all together. Just like the matriarch of a family holds it all together. Alright. And what I did with these cherry tomatoes is I cut them into 8 pieces. You kind of have to get a knack for cutting to make it all work, but it works. Alright. So, and these tomatoes are absolutely delicious. I've been snacking on them while I was getting things set up for this meal. And again, I'm a little bit short on the toppings because I didn't want to have too much, but I ended up having slightly too little. All right. It will all work. Okay. And now I'm going to use the best tools available to humankind as hands to put the onion in. The best tools you've been given are the ones at the ends of your wrist. Because not every species is given the gift of opposable thumbs, which come in very handy. Alright. Okay, may as well use up the rest of the onion. Alright. Okay, let's get these things out of the way. And Dahlia is standing by to catch anything that drips or falls. Now this is going to be the challenging part, is making this neat. Whoops, we have a stray tomato. Put that in there. The counter is clean. I cleaned it just prior to setting this recipe up. And I would only fill these tins, these muffin wells, about halfway with egg because you don't want it to boil over, because muffin tops on quiches aren't very attractive. I mean, I know that sounds strange, but you don't want to, like when I make muffins, I don't let the toppings, the filling go too full because you don't want it to boil over. You want to have enough to cover your toppings, but not too much. Oh great, I hear the dog licking something behind me.
Yeah, she was licking the floor.
Oh good, better that's what she usually licks. Alright, we have a weird dog. Alright. Okay. And then I have the oven set to 375, and these cook for an estimated 25 to 30 minutes. Alright, let me just put a smidge more in here. Alright, because the toppings will sink down as it cooks. Alright, so I'm going to call that good after these last two and put these in the oven. And then we'll go ahead and put these in the oven, and then we'll bring you back when they are done. So in the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to your friends, and come back and join us when they come out of the oven. And they're done. So that was about 23 minutes at 375 with the oven being fully preheated. So let me take these over and set them down. And this one looks real pretty. So this would make a good thumbnail. So let me switch these around real quick. Alright, so we'll come back in just a couple of minutes when we can do a taste test. Alright, we'll be right back with you. Alright, and now we're back with our taste test of our spinach and cheese and cherry tomato quiches. I put them in the freezer for a few minutes to chill them quicker.
Very good.
What do you think? Nice and yummy?
Nice and yummy.
All right.
Crust is just, you can look at it, the crust is just cooked just right. You can see the, look at the egg in there. It looks
See
good.
the steam rolling out.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for joining us in another issue of What's for Dinner in Our House. So thank you again, and we'll be back with you soon.
Thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen. To get more recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Share it out to your friends, family, neighbors, and leave us a comment to let us know how this recipe worked for you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.